Hello, my name is Angela Duncan, and today our staff development is going to focus around the use of technology in the primary classroom. I know some of us may be a little bit afraid of using technology, but surprisingly enough, our students are more engaged with technology and actually perform better when they use technology. There are some things that I want you all to remember as we kind of dive in and we get our new iPads on campus. We will probably all each have 5 to 7 iPads in our classroom. There are some great things to do, but technology does not replace hands-on learning and literacy. It is only to add to it and enhance. But let's get started, and thank you for listening. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about technology today since we're getting all those new iPads, and I've got just a funny up here on the board. The computer's not working. I'm sure it's just I have no idea how to fix that, and I really don't. I'm learning. Mrs. Trent, would you go down to the third grade room and get one of the computer techs? So anyway, just a couple of funnies to get started. All right, let's skip on past that one. All right, what can littles do? Ours are very little, but I found that in the classroom that they know how to do more on the iPad and on apps on the phone than probably what I do. So we're going to try and incorporate a little bit more technology into our lessons. They can do almost anything. And here are a couple good resources that I found at the TALE conference that I'm hoping we can look a little bit more in depth. All right, but first, we're going to be getting the technology, but it doesn't replace hands-on literacy. So I know that I've been on campuses before that have one-to-one technology, and it can come to be a crutch, and we're not going to let that happen here. All right, where to begin? What's the first thing that we should do? Is the storage and management of the devices. One of the things that I know I need to think about is headphones and how to take care of the headphones and how to store the headphones, because we have a lot of trouble with that. But you really have to have procedures set in place, just like with everything else in the classroom, and have lots of patience and volunteers if you have them. All right, here are some good ideas. This school has numbers. I thought this was a really good idea that we might want to incorporate. It has the number, the student's number on the screen, and that's the iPad that they use every time. And I have not thought of that, but that's a new, something new. This one had colored tape so that the same student uses the same iPad all the time. All right, here are a few more ideas. There's a song, an iPad song, rules and procedures for the iPad, how to handle the mouse. And I don't feel that in our grade level we'll be using the Chromebooks or the laptops very much, but we will be using the iPads every day. All right, who's used Google Classroom before? With your students, have used it?
No, not my kids.
Okay, I know we use it for lesson plans, but that she did have some really good ideas at the conference on how to set up some assignments for each student, even some things simple as just writing their name and turning that in.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use Google Docs for this, or do collaborative assignments, or pixel art. I'm hoping this will work. Let's try it. Let's see if it'll. Here are some examples of pixel art. You can create assignments, and sort of like what we do with the secret code pictures. I did some with today in my classroom for short A and long A and other vowel sounds, and it creates a picture when they're finished. They can do the same thing through Google Sheets and create a pixel art picture, and there are some templates for that. All About Me is another good example of a way to collaboratively work together. And I've always done this in the classroom and make group books, but this you can do online, and then you can publish online, and you can put on social media and share with parents. So each
saves on paper.
Saves on paper,
Which is
saves on
good.
paper, which is good. Less copies, and plus the kids will like it. So. All right, you can also, I know that a lot of us I've used before, just magnetic poetry, magnetic letters. This is where you can manipulate the words. This was around Halloween, but you can manipulate the words and use the actual screen of the iPad to do that. All right, here's some other ideas. This one I love. Let's hope it'll pull up. This is using Google Map, where this would have been great whenever we were doing landmarks, and I didn't think about it. Listen to me on the map, and the links take you to the book, and you follow the students can follow the steps. Let's go ahead. Oh, see if that'll pull up, and then complete the activities, and they can do a lot of this independently or within a station. Voting, we've been voting on our books. You can do that through Google Forms. And digital breakouts are also, that's something that I am trying to learn a little bit more about. Let's see, there's a lot of different, here, let's go back. Can we go back? All right, let's see. Digital breakouts are really cool. Let's go back again. It's kind of like, it's the concept of the breakout rooms, and the children have to do follow steps on the device to answer the questions and unlock. You have to get different codes and unlock. All right, let's go ahead. Then here's a digital learning day resource, which I wish I had when we had our digital learning day that we just recently had, because there are a lot of great ideas on here, different ways to use some of the breakouts, Flipgrid, Kahoot. There's so many different apps that we can incorporate within the classroom. Let's go back up. Oh, scroll up. And let's look at Dr. Seuss. All right. All right, and this kind of shows the template. Scroll on up, and let's see if we can look at that. All right, so there are things for the students to read, links for them to follow, to unlock the code, and answer the questions. All right, let's go ahead. Here are some of my favorites. Seesaw is the best. I hope that each classroom will be able to use Seesaw. When I tried it in my classroom, I found that the students did better writing when they were in stations, because I had to look at it, and I also could share with the parents, and they just enjoyed it better than just doing a worksheet. There's just many more options of what to do. QR codes. An idea, Vocaroo, you can create a QR code that's a video of the child speaking. And one example of how to use this is to make a Mother's Day card or Valentine's Day card. And so that the parents can scan that. You can print it out, put it in the card. The parents can scan it, because almost every parent has an iPhone. And then they get to see the video of their child actually speaking to them. You can also give feedback through technology. Seesaw is one way to do that. And using, while the student is in Google Docs, you can also comment, let them know that you're watching and interacting with them. So, are there any, let's kind of stop on that page. Do you have any ideas of how you might use technology in the classroom, or the new iPads that we have coming?
I definitely like the magnetic poetry.
I do too.
Just for extra reading.
Extra reading. I know Epic.
Epic is great.
Does anybody use Epic now?
I do every now and then.
But here are a lot of links that you can follow, and maybe we could order a couple of those resources, those books for the classroom, because I think it would be great. I think that using technology would just help the students. It's a little more relevant to them.
Just to engage them more and also teach them responsibility.
I think so too. I think so too.
And if you